Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective for today. Today is a Thursday, May 22nd, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk, the Tube, the Lemonade, the Blue Sky Social, the Pinterest, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Link will always be in the description box. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, we love that for you. Whatever does not, leave it on the table for someone else, okay? You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use the Heart's Hidden Secrets. I just got this yesterday. It's probably going to be more love-oriented. We'll see what happens. You never know. How does everybody feel about the economy? Tell me about the economy. Do you think the economy's in a good place? Do you think it's in the shitter? What do you think's going to happen? Because I personally believe we're teetering on a market collapse and a depression. Not to alarm anybody, but I'm just saying. And I was thinking about my fellow readers, my fellow creators on TikTok, Instagram, all these people that don't have quote unquote regular jobs that live off of subscribers and followers and gifts and donations. And I just kept thinking, like, how are those people going to survive? Like all these people that don't have jobs, normal jobs, right? Like how are they going to make it? Because when you talk about market collapse and depression and a depression, you're talking about a lot of jobs, regular jobs going away too. People won't be able to afford people. A lot of small businesses would go under. A lot of big businesses would go under. I'm kind of lucky to work in the medical industry because for the most part, that'll probably always be there. Although in a market collapse and a depression, like it would be hit for sure. And I was just thinking about like my fellow creators on TikTok and like, how do they think, like, are they saving their money just in case? I don't know. I know it sounds kind of doom and gloom, but like I really was thinking about that earlier. And one of the readers that I watch on YouTube was getting flack like the last couple days, last couple weeks from like, I don't know, I guess followers, subscribers, people telling her she's not making enough like collective videos, zodiac videos. Sorry if you can hear that, that's Homer. And she came back with the response, I'm in school, right? Like I'm going to college, I'm trying to make something of myself. Like I don't want to be a reader my whole life. And people are like, can you do more reads? How come you're never online? Oh, man. Poor kid. She gives great reads, by the way. She's, you might already watch her. She's Rose Love Tarot, I think. Rose Love Tarot. We got 4 on the table. Five on the table. Six on the table. baby. You okay? Oh, I'll pet my little Homer. I didn't want to pet you before because I didn't want you to get out of the bed. And then you got out of the bed anyway because you're smarty pants. Okay, we're going to do 2 more shuffles. Baby. Ooh, a good card in the reverse. Like, I'll take that in the reverse. We got 7 on the table. 1 last shuffle here. You want out? We got 8, 9, oh jeez, 10 with bottom of the deck. Do you want out, baby? No, maybe. All right, let me see if I can get him to go out before I tell you what the cards are. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Thank you. I thought for sure he was going to get to the door and then not go. All right. We've got escaping. We've got elusive. Stress. Shallow. Exhaustion. Intimacy. We've got return in the reverse. I love that. I'm not going to lie. We've got releasing. Heart fog. And bottom of the deck, only you. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. Energy is energy. Someone that you were either intimate with or someone that you wanted to be intimate with or they wanted to be intimate with you. A past person, somebody you left with the escape. You felt this connection was not really there, not solid with this elusive card. With the shallow card, it felt like it wasn't going to go anywhere. Like even if the two of you agreed you were dating, to you it would have felt like it was more of like a casual or a friends with benefits, or yeah, we're dating, but there's like, you just knew there was no likelihood of it to go anywhere. Whatever this connection was caused you stress, made you exhausted. The two of you might not have gotten along very well. You might not have agreed on certain things, like if the two of you didn't agree on politics, if the two of you didn't agree on getting, do you want to get married in the future? Do you want to have a family in the future? Are you always going to stay in that job? Are you going to do something else? Or, like the two of you would butt heads. Like, you never seem to connect on all levels. And it was just exhaustion. It was just exhausting for you. Like, why would you put in so much energy into a relationship that just felt like it wasn't going to go anywhere? That it felt like the two of you just couldn't even get along, Because even if this is someone you were sexual with, even if this is someone that you were intimate with, right? Because those are 2 very different things, right? We've talked about that. 2 very different things. There's sex and there's intimacy. They're not the same. They can go hand in hand, but they're not the same. Am I really loud? I feel like I'm really loud. It was like a losing battle for you. Like even if the two of you got along really well sexually, like you were really great together in the bedroom, like outside the bedroom, it was like oil and water. Is it oil and water? Vinegar and oil? Whatever. You were like, it was like polar opposites. At least it felt like that way to you. You have no desire to return to this connection whatsoever. None. Second chance, opportunity, making amends. Absolutely not. Whoever you are, whoever this resonates for, you have no desire to go back to this person, to be with this person, to try again. Nothing. You release the connection. You let it go. For you, like you made up your mind, it's done. Here's the thing. Whoever this person is that you were in this connection with, this person still has mixed feelings about it. This person still thinks about you a lot. A lot. The thing is I don't think that they would come to you either. I think this is someone, if you walked away from them, they're going to expect you to come back and request a redo. If they walked away from you, I don't see them returning because they would have walked away from you for someone else, something else, for themselves, and then realized they made a mistake, realized you were probably the one in their mind, right? Even though you didn't necessarily feel like that. I told you guys about, I've talked to you about it the whole time. The guy that I was seeing in 2023 that was really just a casual friends with benefits for like 5 months. And I broke up with him. I thought he was seeing someone else. He really was seeing someone else. He got into a relationship with her a month after I broke up with him. They were in a relationship. He had the nerve to come back around this past February to see what I was doing. Got emboldened because I said I was single, hadn't been with anybody, I was doing my own thing. He thought I was going to cave and like have an affair with him or something. And that last text he sent me when he got angry, because I was like, I literally said to him, I'm like, shouldn't you be planning your anniversary with your girlfriend? Like, it's coming up real soon. Like, sooner than I ever really thought it was. And he got mad at me. And his last text to me, because I blocked him after. So I have no idea if that was his last text, but it was for me. His last text to me was, I don't know why I keep trying with you. You're never going to look at me a different way. And peace out. That's what he said to me. And I responded back to him once, and then I said, you're blocked. And when I responded back to him, I said, sir, I said, you have proven yourself to be nothing but a cheater, a liar, and an overall POS. I said, there was never a beginning. Never mind, this isn't an ending. I said, I told you at the beginning, I won't have anything to do with you. Like, if you want to be friends, we can be friends, but that's it. Like, why you would think it was going to go somewhere else and why you kept trying with me. Like, you're the one dating someone else. And in that moment, I just literally thought, the audacity. Another man and the audacity. Like, I'm that desperate that I need some other woman's leftovers. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm content. When the right person comes along, man or woman, they come along. And if they don't, I'm just fine. I'll be A-okay on my own. Always have been. And I've told you guys before, like when I look back on my past, I've never chased anybody. I've never chased anybody. Why would I need to chase somebody that doesn't want me when there's 8 billion people in the world? There's got to be another person out there, right? Man, woman, whatever. This is someone a little in their ego, a little conceited. Thinking if you left them, you should be the one to come back to them. Thinking if they left you, they're embarrassed to come back to you because they probably left you for someone else. Or they just left you because they thought you weren't the one. I get more of the vibes that you left them. That in this reading, you left them because it was just too much. It was not enough and it was too much all at the same time. You know? I love it when the kids scream. It's like 60 degrees out there. I'd be inside, huddled under my blankie, playing in my playpen. I'm just saying. And I think, so this person, whoever they are, I don't think they remember the connection the way you remember the connection. Sometimes when we look back on the past and we think about our memories, we don't necessarily remember everything, or sometimes we confuse things with other memories and we remember it differently, if that makes sense. And that's just normal because that happens over time. Like your memory isn't, what is it they say that you usually, like every time you remember something, you're really just remembering the memory of it, if that makes sense. So if I make a cake on a Tuesday and I tell you on a Friday, hey, I made this cake and this happened, I'm telling you that's the first memory, right? That's the first memory. If I talk to you again about that cake and what happened like 2 months later, I'm remembering the memory of telling you about it. So little snippets of these memories are lost every single time as you tell it and tell it and tell it. That's the theory. I personally think that that's true of like things that you wouldn't necessarily remember or think about like all the time. I feel like when we have traumatic events happen to us, I feel like when we have very memorable experiences, like if you met a movie star or something like that, for the most part, you probably would remember everything, If you experience something traumatic, again, for the most part, you would probably remember everything pretty accurately. But it's like those little things, those little moments when you go to laugh about them later that you just kind of miss a few things, if that makes sense. It sounds like a little kid out there crying, but the little kid is not crying. I also think that you left this person because this person also looks at this relationship as you escaping, as you being elusive. They look at you as like an avoidant, like you didn't want to work on any of the issues in the relationship. And maybe you didn't. Maybe because you didn't feel like there was much to work on. You know what I'm saying? And if you broke up with them and you left, if you released them, if you let them go, and they're looking at you as elusive, well, you're more than elusive, you left. And whereas you were stressed and exhausted in the relationship, in the connection, this person is now stressed and exhausted because they realize they want you back for some reason. And I also think the return is in the reverse because, like I said, I don't think this person is going to return to you. They think that you should come to them because you're the one that left them. The thing is eventually this person is going to realize, like, I mean, hello, are you coming back? Like, if this resonates for you, when did it happen? Like a month ago, a year ago, 10 years ago? Like, who is still waiting for a person after 10 years? I've been thinking about that a lot lately too. I hear all these readings from other readers and they're like, oh, they're watching you. I talked about this with you guys, was it yesterday or Tuesday or Monday? Oh, they're watching you. They watch everything you do. They're waiting for you to come back to them. Okay. That love connection I had in 2023 that resurfaced this year, right? February to April something, like 2 months. My friends that I released, that I let go, the ex-best friend, I would never reach out to any of them. This happening with the guy from 2023 and him acting like he was doing me a favor by talking to me when I was perfectly fine on my own for almost the last 2 years has just made me realize, like, I have no interest in reaching out to anybody from my past. Even the people that, like, I could see technically rekindling a friendship, later down the road, I'm still never going to reach out to them. Like, if we run into each other, that kind of thing, okay, that's one thing. But I'm never going to, like, call him and be like, hey, I miss you, or hey, do you miss me? Like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to be 45 years old. I'm too old for, first of all, I'm too old to play games. I'm not going to play games with somebody like that. And I'm too old to be, like, trying to bring friends and family back into my life that are toxic, thinking that they've changed or thinking that I've changed and I can deal. Like, no. Mm-mm. No. We're good. We're good. The ex-best friend, you guys know how I feel about her. I will never reach out to her ever. I don't even I don't even think at this point I would answer her if she reached out to me. You guys know how I feel. That was just so bloody toxic. Like, yeah, I said bloody toxic like a Brit. There's just no way. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with her. She could bring me a letter from, like, a therapist saying she's been in therapy these last 2 years. I wouldn't believe it. I mean, I would hope for her sake, yes, but I wouldn't believe it enough to let her back into my life, you know? Like, she's just so beyond toxic. She needs so much help. Like, I just couldn't. I could never. Mm-mm. No, no. But you guys know I was laughing about it the other day. Like, people are watching me. Like, why are people watching me? Don't you have anything better to do? That's the thing. At some point, whoever this person is, they'll stop. They'll stop with the feelings that they think they have. They'll stop watching you if they're watching you, and they'll move on. Everyone eventually moves on. If someone is out there watching you for 20 years and doesn't come forward and say anything, come on. First of all, I find that hard to believe. I just don't think that usually happens. And second of all, come on. Who does that? Like, and would you want a person like that has no cajonas? If somebody was in love with me and watching me, I would think that they would come forward at some point. Otherwise, what's the point? What's the point? You're just gonna sit behind a computer for 5 hours a night and watch my TikTok, watch my videos, and hope and pray that one day you run into me out on the street somewhere, even though we live in like 2 different states or something. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Either you take action or that inaction is the action. And that means you sit where you are till the end of time. And I really would not want that for anybody. Like I said, even the ex-best friend, I really would hope that she would get therapy and heal herself. I don't think it'll happen, but that's what I would hope for her. And she can do that all the way in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin, 45 minutes from me. I don't need to witness it. I don't need to be there. I don't need to hear about it. She can do that on her own for herself, Same thing goes for this. Like, at some point, they're going to get tired of waiting for you to come to them, right? And they really will at some point. I know I wouldn't sit forever and think about somebody forever and not make a move because I'm thinking about somebody from 15 years ago. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And no one has that power over me. Like, I wouldn't let anybody have that power over me. Like, oh, I'm going to stew about somebody for 5 years, the relationship that never was. I have a relationship. I have the best relationship there is. And that's with myself. And I value that above all else. And again, I don't have kids. I got the cats. It's just me and the cats. So I can do that. I can put all my energy into myself. Do whatever I want. Live however I want. Be whoever I want, right? Another person coming along that I connect to, that I vibe with, we're on the same page, we want the same things, that would be awesome. I would love that. Where is that person? Tell me where that person is. I will get on a plane and fly to them, even though I'm kind of afraid to fly right now. Air traffic controllers, where are they? Did they come back to work? I don't even know. Comment in the comments. I don't want to get on a plane until all the air traffic controllers are back. I'm just saying. My friend is supposed to go on a trip to Ireland, I think in September. I'm afraid for her. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of afraid for her. I'm manifesting for a good flight. There and back. But, yeah. Like, I'm fine on my own. I don't need to take back a past person that was sort of kind of good for me, that was sort of kind of good at all. Like, what is that? Do we want to settle? Do I want to settle? Because I got to tell you, I don't want to settle. And however much I think of the ex-husband as a friend, and I love him and I want the best for him, and I want him to find another partner. I want him to be in another relationship. I have no interest in taking him back myself. Like, that was the past. This is the present. I'm looking towards the future. Like, I'm not going back there. I don't believe that people sit and wait for other people for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. If you really wanted somebody, you'd get off your tuchus and you'd go towards them and you'd say something. Consequences be damned. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? This person is going to come to you and say, I think you were the one for me. I'm sorry I wasn't there. I'm sorry the relationship wasn't that great, but I think you're the one for me. Can we try again? And what do you say? No? This person might be heartbroken for a few weeks, a few months, a year. Eventually they'll move on. People pick up and move on. And not to sound like an a-hole, but whoever the person is that wants you back, if you tell them no, unequivocally, no, like I don't want you back, like go find someone else, eventually that person is going to realize their value, right? Nothing against you, but eventually they're going to be like, well, why would I wait for someone that doesn't want me? Why would I put my energy into someone that doesn't want me? I'm going to go look for someone else. And that's how it should be. People sitting around waiting to reconnect. What are you doing? When we sit and oh, my twin flame, like they're going to come back. I know they're going to come back. A new person, a new man, a new woman, a new he, she, they. Do you want them back? Oh, my soulmate, they're out there. I'm just going to sit here and wait, and I'm going to wait, and I'm going to wait. Or you could go out there and look for somebody that, maybe they're not your soulmate, but they're just as good. They'll love you and adore you and take care of you in every way that matters. That's not good enough. Like, you have to sit and wait for a soulmate that might never come. I'm just saying, what are we doing here? Like, is it delusion or what is it? Explain it to me. Hopefulness? Anywho, whoever this person is, eventually they'll get over it, right? Eventually they'll heal. Eventually they'll realize that they were meant for someone else or someone else was meant for them, and they'll move on. We all experience heartbreak, and we all experience new love over and over again. Joy, right? Your heart may feel like it's breaking right now. But how long does that last? A year? I'm just saying, everybody grows. Everybody moves. Some people even, oh, that was the love of my life. I'm never going to marry again. I'm never going to have any more children. I'm going to be alone my whole life. And then like a year later, they're with their person. They ran into them somewhere or met them through a friend or met them at church or met them at a bar. I don't know. But people move on. People grow. People learn. And the ones that don't, no offense, you don't want them anyway. And you don't want to be one of those people. Forget about God and Jesus and right and wrong and morals and values. Like, what do you want for yourself? Like, where do you want to be in a year? Where do you want to be in 10 years? Who's your ideal mate? Is it achievable? Is that achievable? Would you be on the same level as that person if that's what you expect from someone else? Lots to think about. This person ain't coming back. And whoever it is, they're thinking of you now, but eventually they won't be. And that's a good thing. People moving on and getting on with their lives, that's a good thing, because you should be too. You shouldn't be sitting around waiting for somebody from the past. What's the point in that? I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop ranting. I hope you enjoyed the read. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I hope it resonated. Okay? I hope you all had a great day, a great Thursday, or whatever day it is, wherever you are. A great evening, right? Tomorrow's Friday here. Very excited. Food truck rally, Lake County Fairgrounds in Illinois. Can't wait to stuff my face. Not even kidding. I'll talk to y'all later.